The next person who has the sheer nerve, the sheer entitled caucasity to say all lives matter, I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna stab you. And while you're struggling and bleeding out, I'm gonna show you my paper cut and say, my cut matters too. Genuinely did not know this, but cracker apparently is a slur used to oppress white people and silence them. Like, I had no idea that you guys were being called cracker, taffy, 8 Mile, albino, Betty, crocker, cracker jack, dog fucker, egg, pasty, ghost, hick, hillbilly, Keebler, Mayflower, mayonnaise. Like, shit! Like, it's been used to oppress and silence you? Like, damn, I wish it worked. Shut the fuck up. The job that I had worked really hard to get and meant a lot to me just called me and fired me because of everything. I don't know if everyone's seen, but it's been circulating a lot. My Black Lives Matter TikToks were picked up by conservatives and spread and shared, and people were demanding that I be fired, which I just got. My job that I worked really hard for.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
Trump supporters just took my job away from me. But now it's just like my future is entirely compromised because Trump supporters have decided to come for my life. God, this sucks. You guys suck.
Okay, so this was Clara Genova when she went viral a couple of years back for being racist, being a terrible person, and obviously thinking nothing would happen to her because these woke liberals, they live in a little bubble, don't they? They think they're untouchable. They're the ones who created cancel culture, but when it comes back to bite them in the arse, then they start crying about it. Oh, I'm the victim. Anyway, this is her response before she got fired, obviously thinking nothing would happen to her. Check it out.
This is an ongoing saga about how Trump Twitter has made my name a hashtag that trended on Twitter last night in just 12 hours. Because of my Black Lives Matter post on TikTok. Go watch my old videos to see how it all started and escalated into Ann Coulter and a lot of other famous conservatives taking an analogy that I made very seriously. I made the analogy that if you stab someone and watch them bleed out and then point to your small paper cut that's completely irrelevant, it is analogously the same as people saying all lives matter to Black Lives Matter. It was hyperbole and political satire, and actually it was a good TikTok.
And what's worse, you actually had people online defending her. Clara Genova should not have been fired over a mere analogy. By analogy, do you mean threatening to kill people? She lost her job because of her actions, not Trump supporters. And then someone said, I don't know her personally. We were on some of the same email threads. She is very passionate and over the top sometimes, but it all comes from a good place. Okay, so what you're saying is her racism comes from a good place? I mean, let's be real, guys. If this was any other race she was talking about, everybody would agree that she needs to be fired.
You don't know me and I wouldn't have done it, and if
I don't know you, then
please stop interrupting me. The thing is, when I got down on one knee again, I got interrupted. Good Lord.
I'm done with this.
Is everything okay?
No.
Are you mad? You okay?
No, he is. I'm mad. No, he is.
You're mad?
Yeah.
That's okay. You know what the cool thing about it in America is? Free speech isn't the speech you like. Nice stuff's not what needs to be protected. It's the stuff that you hate that needs protection, so that somebody like the government or you doesn't get to decide what everybody else gets to hear. Okay? And you're more than welcome to disagree and write an act and get on stage and sell out like I just did. You know? But
52-year-old childless woman. I want to say to the people who think that a woman's worth is measured in her baby count, I mean, shout out to all the amazing mothers, but the childless women have been mothering the world and elevating culture as aunties, godmothers, teachers, mentors, sisters, and friends, and the list goes on. And you do not need to push out a baby to help push humanity forward.
Amen to that. Thank you so much, Tracy Ellis Ross.
Why is it that all the childless middle-aged women love to brag about it? It almost seems like they're trying to convince themselves they've done the right thing. And maybe some of them are happy, maybe some of them aren't. At the end of the day, I don't even think it's a problem. If you choose not to have kids, that's your choice, right? But what I don't like is the fact that they're trying to promote it and make it seem like, oh, look at me, I'm so happy. You don't need to encourage young people to not have kids, especially when you've got a low birth rate in the country. You should be encouraging people to have more kids, but they're doing the opposite of that. They're saying, oh yeah, stop having kids. We're going to promote abortion and all this other stuff. I mean, look at this. Planned Parenthood was providing free medication education, abortion and vasectomies and emergency contraception through a health clinic that ran alongside the DNC. And then you've got people like Chuck Schumer saying this.
Now more than ever, we're short of workers. We have a population that is not reproducing it on its own with the same level that it used to. The only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are here.
So you admit there's a low birth rate and you're encouraging people to not have kids, and then you say, oh, the only solution is let's let millions of undocumented people in. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Did you get some good pictures out here today? Yep. There's some hot girls over there too if you want to take pictures.
Thankfully, my wife doesn't understand what you say.
Does white privilege exist?
Yeah, I think it could in some aspects.
Do you pay reparations?
Oh, yes. It's like, well, the black community is very important. It's part of the U.S.
Okay, well, we're going to give you an opportunity here. Topher, he's part of the black community.
Hey, hello, nice to meet you. I'm Declan.
You say you would support black reparations, right? Personally, right?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
So would you give me $20 for lunch?
Yeah, sure. If I had it on me, I don't have money on me.
Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
We don't need it, man. You know, a lot of times people, especially with the federal government and what is already done,
right?
You know, as black people, I really don't trust the government. So I don't think reparations are a good thing.
Okay.
Because you're going to have to tax people.
Right, that's...
Now you got to dictate who you're going to tax, right?
Yeah.
And now you got to dictate and find out who actually came from ancestors of slaves, right?
Very muddy, yeah, I can see.
And you know, white people were slaves too, right?
Right, yeah.
So now you got to pay white people.
Yeah.
I thought we all just contribute that to the freedom that we have in America. We've sown all that effort, all that into what makes America today, right?
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
No reparations.
Yep.
To be honest, this guy just comes across as like a little bit weak. He's probably just going to agree with anybody who's around him. He doesn't really have his own thoughts. Easily manipulated. I think this comment right here sums him up perfectly. If soy was a person.
Go on, what else we got? My son was thrown out of school today for letting a girl in his class wank him off. I said, son, that's 3 schools this year. Maybe teaching isn't for you.
I just came here because my girl told me about the park. I'm just trying to play basketball on a fucking Saturday. He's coming at me with that negativity. I worked all week.
You married, right?
Yeah.
To a black woman, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
How does that happen?
How does that happen? I'm saying a white guy from Massachusetts.
I watched I watched Different Strokes growing up. And I had a crush on Janet Jackson.
Just like this. Like, dude, no, bro. No. Dude. It's a prank, bitch! It's a prank, you're fucking...
Patrick! Ai! Caralho! Ai! Patrick! Ai! Ai, porra! Ai! Acorda, caralho!
Alright guys, that will do for today. Thanks for watching if you got this far, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace!